Now my microphone works. Gosh darn it.
Oh.
My name is Blaine, and you are Brad, and this is Tarnation TV's broadcast of the Talladega Nights series. We enjoy excellence on a Sunday night. How are you, Brad?
Oh, never better.
Your video game is working.
Yeah.
So excited.
It's work-ish. I was trying to install Reshade on it. When I went to install Reshade, it says, cannot do this. These things are already there. And now I think I have to go back and undo whatever tweaks I may have been done, because now it's not good again.
Undo and then reconfigure. Always fun.
To make more better.
Right. This is race number 4 of this series, because last week, I don't even remember why we couldn't do it last week. I must have been somewhere. It was the Daytona 500. That had nothing to do with it. I'm literally drawing a blank right now. But anyway, thank you for coming back, because we love doing this stuff. So on screen right now are your up-to-date points for the series. Greg Lovell, Doug Hulick, Mark Paglia, Denny Carroll, Dan Lovell, Jeffrey Elliott, Grant Wesley, Billy Ellisor, Craig Hagley, and of course, Keith Bynum, Brian Lovell, and Bobby Farrell. That's your top 12 of cars or trucks, that have made it into the playoffs after 3, of course. 9 races in the regular season. At the end of the 9th race, if you're highlighted in green, you're going to the big dance. Is that what we call it? The big dance?
That's what we're going to call it now. I'll tell you what.
Why not, right?
Why not? Hey, one question before we get on here. I'm just trying to do one thing before the race gets started. With the core ini file, is it the cache supposed to be minus 1? Is that correct?
Sorry, say again?
Is the cache size, is that what's supposed to be minus 1? There was one in there that you told me was supposed to be like minus 1. It's
texture
like
set size.
Texture set size.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're getting blurry. You're getting super cool blurry stuff.
Super bad things, because I don't ever think to look at things until I forgot, honestly, that I forgot we were racing. I forgot to try it after what I was doing there. So I'm just
and that's a funny one, because the texture set size shouldn't need to be changed every time.
No, like I say, so I unsuccessfully installed Reshade, and then I just did it, and then, but I don't have to change anything, but I wanted to change something in the in the core file. Because the Reshade was still in here trying to run, so I think I need to just I'm deleting the 2 Reshade things out of my folder, and then I'm just going to quickly check that.
Reshade, for those of you that don't know what it is a program that you can run on top of any game, really. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can do it on top of any game, and it'll you can adjust how the graphics look. People have used it here because it makes this old game look absolutely phenomenal. And sometimes it's a little bit weird because it is such an old game and it takes a lot of finesse. Definitely slows down your launch time of the game. But these guys are getting ready to qualify here, Brad. So if you want to jump into qualifying and abort your run, that way we don't.
I'll be right there.
That way we don't hold up the field. We would not want to do that. Thanks again, of course. This race is known as the Muscle Car Therapy and Truck Accessories 125. MuscleCarTherapy.net. At the bottom of your screen, Mark Paglia was the one who brought us this sponsorship this evening, so thank you very much, Mark. The broadcasts, we consider ourselves an extremely unique broadcast. And not really. We just kind of saw what everybody else did and copied it.
Every time it's new, and the chaos is real.
Yes.
Privately texting Blaine to send me his porky and every other file here. By the way, anyways, I know
organized chaos. That's why we're so expensive. But thank you, Mark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be boring if it worked every time, and you just knew it would.
It would be fun to make like actual commercials for these guys. That's a little tough to do, just because it takes a lot of time, obviously. But is this thing going to crash again? It's crashed on me twice already.
Won't do it.
Yeah, it did. The people can't see it. Which I guess if I didn't mention it, the people wouldn't even know. The viewers of the broadcast would have no clue. They'd just be like, "This is a cool pre-race where the game behind the scenes is actually locked on me twice." Off to a roaring start. It's kind of my fault though. I'm sort of running things, trying to do stuff while the game's running. Which, again, old game. It's not a big fan of stuff. But like I said, thanks again to Mark for throwing down the money. The money gets spread around to the broadcasting services, the TeamSpeak services, and of course the racing services as well. This server is not run by any of the drivers. It's an off-site professional server farm that runs, thank goodness, 21 years later, they're still running NASCAR 2003, which is super, super cool. But that's how we do it. And thank you to RLM Arena, of course, because that is the service we are using to host these things. You can do a local host, which is cool too. But
it's easier for everybody. RLM's nice and tidy. Find everybody right there.
It is. It's one of those things that's. It's. You can tell it's old software, but it works. And they upgraded it a couple of years ago. They upgraded it, and everything was crazy for like 3 weeks. People, of course, lost their mind, but these guys that are working on RLM Arena work on it behind the scenes, and it's super awesome that they do it. So just be patient, people. You know,
right.
It's going to come back, and these guys love this thing as much as we do. That's why they still do this. So it's, stuff's going to break. Stuff needs to be maintained. And really, there's been no issue with it. I never blame RLM Arena. It's usually me just basically doing stuff that shouldn't be done. I'll take the blame for the crash, and sometimes it's the track. This track's flawless. It doesn't, there's some issues sometimes with newer tracks, and they tend to crash a lot. That's why certain leagues, they lean on certain versions of tracks, because they are compatible with a lot of different machines, and they are compatible in so many different environments, and guys run them on laptops, and it's just you find the good stuff, you stick with it.
56 to the boot.
56 to the... Go ahead, 56.
Yes, sir. Hello, everybody. I'd like to bring Mark Pagula down here just for a few minutes, talk about a sponsorship.
Yeah, buddy. Do it.
Would you like me to grab him, or you would like your assistance?
You'd have to do it for me, please. Thank you, sir.
I'll get her. Here he comes, bud.
We're looking for Mark. He's going to be here eventually. Mark, what's happening, man? The number 28 on track tonight, and thank you very much for the sponsorship, buddy.
Yeah, no problem, Blaine. Got a good group of people that I know and work with. They're Brian and his lovely wife, Becky. They run this restoring and modification company, mostly muscle cars. But they do a lot of work for the Ronnie Green Heart Center, which is a part of the North Georgia Medical Center here in Gainesville, Georgia. And they're known for their heart surgeries and, heart care. One of the best in the country. You wouldn't think so in the North Hills of Georgia, but we got quite a nice heart center here and muscle care therapy. Do a lot of work for them, a lot of donation and charitable work with them and volunteer work. So I'm glad that they're on board.
That's super cool, man. So this is it just like a massive garage that has all kinds of cool stuff lying around, and how do they operate?
Yeah, they've got all sorts. They primarily do American muscle stuff. I'm having a Mustang worked on. I have a 1970 Mach 1 428 Cobra Jet, and they're redoing that for me. But they have Camaros, Corvettes, Road Runners, all sorts of American muscle, and they even work on big old Lincolns, and just a cool shop. And they're just great people. So
that's cool, man. You work with them? Like, is that where you work, or you just know these people?
I just know these people from years past. I'm a math teacher, and I teach at an all boys private military academy in Gainesville, Georgia. I've been there 34 years, and I've been the athletic director there.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, man. Hanging out with all these different people and seeing all these different things. Musclecartherapy.net, that's the website you give us. And it's the website that works. I tried it before the race. Well, a couple times, actually, to make sure I was giving out the proper information. So,
yeah, it's again, not only a great shop with quality work. I mean, they don't skip steps when they do work on your car, but they're just great people to work with, and they're just big-hearted people, and I'm so happy to have them on board.
Have they ever sponsored anything? Do they know that they're sponsoring this, or is this just you?
Just me bringing their name in, and I did talk to Brian last Friday. I wanted to check on my car and talk to him, and he's happy about it.
Nice. That'll be cool. So yeah, if they're watching, that's super cool. The what else was I going to ask? Like, how complicated does it get over there? Do they do complete like engine swaps, or could they put, like a Volkswagen engine in a Chevy pickup? Like, do they do some crazy stuff like that?
They can do anything you want. You want to put a 426 Hemi in a Bug, they'll do it somehow, some way.
Oh man. Oh, now I know. You know what? I can hear Brad typing in the website right now, booking an appointment.
Hey, I'd like to chime in real quick, Blaine. Hey, yep. Mark, thank you for the sponsorship. Seems like a cool company. Yeah. Anything to do with cars, Vegas, Novas, Mustangs, all that, man. That brings back my days of life. I'm sure yours as well. But thank you very much, man, for what you've done. And you have 2 races. That's awesome. So, Blaine, these guys are waiting for intros. So we want to wrap it up with the one
ready to go.
Mark. We're ready to rock and roll with the intros.
Right on, man. Yeah, Mark, I'll let you have the last word. Just, do your shout out, wrap it up. Let's do it.
Well, shout out to Muscle Car Therapy, to Brian and his lovely wife, Becky, and to you and Brad. You guys always do a quality job, and to Jeff for putting this on for us.
Thanks, man. No, it's awesome. Thanks for the donation, and we'll be obviously loving to watch this race. Full house.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Mark. All right, young man, I'm going to bring you up there in a second. Just like give me a couple of seconds to calm the guys down, get them off the track, and you'll be coming up there, bud.
Gotcha. We'll be up to meet the drivers there after qualifying. There's one last look at the points after 3 races. 6 more to go. We're going to meet some drivers now, and then we'll go green. Good evening, everybody. How are you tonight? It looks like another full house tonight on a Sunday evening, so thanks all for showing up. And as always, Tarnation TV loves watching you guys go around in circles, so I guess we'll just hand it right over to the number 55, the one and only Ken Roberts on the pole.
Thank you, Blaine. Driving the 55 Tostito Chevrolet Silverado, painted by Rodney Solins out of West Bend, Wisconsin. Special thanks to Mark for sponsoring the race, and good luck, everybody.
Starting second in 931, Robert Breedlove, driving a Diet Pepsi out of Lancaster, South Carolina. Thanks, Mark, for sponsoring.
Starting third to number 8, Greg Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the Midnight Moon Chevrolet. And thank you, Mark, for the sponsor.
Starting fourth, the number 043 from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, Brian Lovell driving the STP Chevrolet. Thank you, guys.
Starting fifth out of Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the 41 American Ordnance, painted by Rodney Sullins.
Third row outside, starting 6, Craig Palmer driving the 22 Hooters Silverado. Thanks, Mark, for sponsoring, and thanks, Rodney Sullins, for painting my truck.
Starting in 7th, the number 29 out of Washington, Mike Mangialardi. Thank you, Mark, for the sponsorship for this race, and good luck to all.
Pulling off number 8 is the 23 Doug Hulick out of Plum, Pennsylvania, driving the Tootsie Roll sponsored Toyota Tundra. Good luck, guys.
Starting 9th, Stephen Brandstetter driving the 510 Oklahoma State Ford F-150. I'd like to give a shout out to a new viewer that's following us, which is George Hooper. Thank you, George.
Starting 10th, Eric Level in the number 80 Mopar Ram. Thank you, Mark, for the
Starting 11th, 97, Brownsburg, Indiana, Pat McCarsky. Thanks, Mark.
Starting in 12th, in the number 12, Dodge Ram, Gary Mingus from Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you, Mark, for your sponsorship. And good luck, guys.
Starting 13th, the one and only Perry Bond, driving number 60. I'm trying to think what the sponsorship is, guys.
Mountain Dew Fish Flag.
It's Mountain Dew?
Yep.
Awesome. And a Toyota. So good luck to all you guys. He's somewhere in Virginia. He loves me to say that. So good luck, everybody.
Starting 14th from Sun City Center, Florida, it's Frank Tibbins driving the Chase Elliott NASPA Auto Parts F-150. I want to thank Mark for the sponsorship, Blaine for the broadcast, Jeffrey for everything he's done, and go Team Ford, always.
Starting 16 is James Black from Shermansdale, Pennsylvania. Thanks again, Mark, for putting this on. All the admins, Jeff, you too. Let's go out here and put it on a hell of a show. Good luck, everybody.
Starting 15th, Randy Wall from Huntsville, Alabama, driving the Crimson Tide 21 Chevrolet. Shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, my grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa. Special shout out to Adrian, who got second place in wrestling this year in the state of Alabama. Also got invited to overall state championship in a couple of weeks and national championships. And also a shout out to Mark for sponsoring the race.
Graham McDonald.
Yep, Graham McDowell starting 17th and the number 24 Dodge from Sarnia, Ontario. Good luck, everybody.
Starting in the 18th spot, driving the number 66 Yankee Chevrolet, KD Huntsberry from the great state of Maine. Blaine, I'd like to thank you. Jeffrey, I'd like to thank you. Mark, big thanks for sponsoring this. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be racing with you. Thanks to our viewers. The more, the merrier. Guys, let's have some fun tonight. Put on a good show.
Starting at number 19th in the 82 West Virginia Tourism F-150, Craig Hagley out of Canaan Valley, West Virginia. Special thanks to Muscle Car Therapy for putting on the sponsorship, Mark for getting it all done.
Starting in 20th, Ulysses Di Papi Sandoval, driver of the 96 San Luisania Express Toyota Tundra. A big shout out to Jeffrey the Boss Elliott, because thanks to him, he reintroduced me to the world of sim racing. Good luck, everyone.
Starting inside row 11, starting 21st. No, the number 28 Motorcraft Ford, Mark Paglia, and just happy that Muscle Car Therapy is on board with us.
Starting 22nd, Jeffrey Elliott out of Mooresville, North Carolina, driving that beautiful 56 Chevy Talladega Night sponsor Silverado. Thank you, Mark, and Muscle Car Therapy for the sponsorship tonight. Guys, it's awesome to have this, and thank you for everybody to come together to make this happen. Good luck to all you drivers. Thank you, Blaine. You're the bomb.
John Godfrey, 7-Eleven, LaJoy Chevy.
Starting 24th, number 0, Alex Ortiz, driving for Team Wrecking Ball. Let's have a fun time, guys.
Driving the 42 DeWalt Ford from Sycamore, Illinois, Jason Scheck. Shout out to Mark and the admins.
Starting in 28th, G. Oaks, driver of the 67 Toyota Tundra, sponsored by Dr. Peppa. He wants to send a big shout out to Ulysses the Papi Sandoval for being the sexiest driver in the field. Thanks, G.
Go back to 27 there.
Starting 27th. Starting 27th. Javier Negron from Bridgeport, Connecticut, driving the number 4 Sundrop Toyota Tundra Green Machine. Thanks, Mark, for the sponsor.
Starting 29, Billy Elliser, driving the number 26 Flintstone Chevy.
Rolling off 30th in the Bob Euchre row. Kelly Causey from Agricola, Mississippi, driving the 00 Bucky's Chevrolet. And thank you, Mark, for sponsoring this race.
Rounding off 32nd, Brian Rawson.
Brian Rawson, Heath, Texas, number 6 Chevrolet Silverado. Thanks, Mark, for the sponsorship and all the admins for everything y'all do. Let's have fun.
Awesome.
All
Thanks
right.
again. You want me to do this, Jeff?
Go ahead, buddy.
Right on, man. Yeah. I didn't know which way to go, so I'll just grab the mic and start yelling into it, apparently. Sorry for stepping on you, boss. Thanks again for everybody for showing up tonight. It's going to be a great race number 4 of 9, and then we go into the playoffs. So it should be very, very cool. And good luck to everybody involved, and we'll be watching. Thanks, guys.
I love you, Blaine.
You're my hero, Blaine.
You know,
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
gonna leave you up here for a couple of seconds till they wear you out, Blaine. But hey, guys, thank you. Let's all say thanks to Blaine. Thank you, Blaine.
Thank you,
Blaine.
Thank you, Blaine.
You're
Thank you, Blaine.
I wonder why they always think Blaine. They never think Brad. Are you there, bud? Brad is gone. He's there, but he's not saying anything. You came off mute, and the button's not lighting up. But as we watch these guys, right now, this is happy hour. We got 6-minute happy hour on the clock here. Everybody will go out here and probably start trying to practice their pit entrances and find their pit stalls. Full field of approximately 32 drivers on the track. Let's go to spectator cam because it looks way better. Yeah, thanks again to Mark Paglia for coming down here and totally missing his qualifying run. He will be starting in, and definitely not first, because he did not make the qualifying run. Where was he in qualifying? He was qualified in 21st, because he was down here chatting with us about musclecartherapy.net. Head on over there to get more info about musclecartherapy.net. Custom rigs, all kinds of good stuff. And they are big-time donators of their time to the community, according to Mark as well. So that's always cool to get good people involved in this. We're always surrounded by good people here at Talladega Nights. The admin staff put on a awesome show, and of course, we like calling it. Hey, you're back in the room, buddy. You got mics now? Apparently not. Can I get a mic check, Jeff? I'm just curious. Maybe I can't hear anyone. Hey, Jeff, do you got me? This might be my issue. Oh, I can't hear. Okay. I was just talking to the drivers, and then once Jeff put me back down in the broadcast booth, I'm not sure if that knocked out my audio to hear other people. Brad's saying it's him. Jeffrey Elliott, Tarnation TV to Jeff. You got me, bud? It might be me. We're going to have some technical difficulties. We might as well have every single technical difficulty possible on planet Earth right now before the race starts.
Testing your playback sound system.
Oh yeah, I'm getting audio from. Yeah, I am getting audio from TeamSpeak. Oh, I got you, bud.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, there it is.
Right.
Oh, okay. So it's not me, it's you. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. No. It's a hardware issue. It's a dock. Why wouldn't the dock work? You know,
The dock's been working flawless, and now the dock's
It
not
worked
working.
flawless. I hit the
Yeah.
mute button, and then it goes, "I'm not going to dock for you anymore."
Yeah, you muted me forever.
A disgruntled dock worker, literally.
Right.
Oh, I got to deal with the union and QP involved. It's going to be a whole big thing. Wasn't prepared for this evening.
QP,
Sorry
there you
for
go.
that. Yeah, I'm going to be in late night talks with the shop steward about this. I just know it, but that's all right.
QP or the
Everybody
steel
deserves
workers?
a living wage. What's that?
QP or the steel workers union? It could be the electric brotherhood. What is it called? The Brotherhood of Electric Workers or something? EIBW.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch out there.
Yeah.
Find you one.
Get unionized, people. That's what we're trying to say.
Rise up and
Rise
stick
up.
it to Bezos.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a crazy stat when you told me that there was like 50 years ago, something like 60% of the workforce was unionized, and now it's like 7%.
Right.
That's a shame to hear that.
It certainly is.
I mean, I'm not in one, but I also work for a good company, so
If they treat you good, right? But it's
need
when
one.
they don't.
Yeah, that's the
Right?
thing. Yeah, when they don't, is when you need that union.
The companies that protest a little bit too much. Like, we don't need a union here, and like Amazon try to bust it. And like, man, I think those ones. If you treat your employees good enough, I don't think you have to worry about it. There's no need to be afraid of unions if you're not trying to treat your people like crap.
Right, exactly. If you run a business the way it should be run and don't basically just don't abuse your workers, you're probably going to be okay.
Pay them a wage that's kept up with your profits. Pay them,
Right.
Oh,
or just
yeah.
keep it all.
Or keep it all and then wonder why nobody wants to work. Yeah, no wonder why. I'm still making $22 an hour. Same thing I was making almost 15 years ago when I started with a big company. But it's us. It's us who are the problem, not the few hundred that are hoarding all the billions. It's me because I want to make $35 an hour for basic labor, which should be the cost that things should be kept up with right now.
Right. 100%. Yeah.
I'll fight you on that too. People are like, it's going to cost cheeseburger is going to cost $100. No, it's not. You're dumb if you think that, and I'll fight you on that. Out of breath. Not you're dumb, but I'm saying if you oppose my views on that, then we'll fight. But not fight, because I'm not a scrapper, but I'll have some words.
We're going to have a heated conversation.
I'll think something. I'm like, listen, you know what? I disagree.
Right.
But anyways, that's rant over.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do some racing. Thanks again to Muscle Car Therapy that sound like great people. So happy to
That
be
is
on
an
board
awesome-
with them tonight.
Awesome outfit. It
Yeah.
sounds like it. Absolutely. They care about the people, the customers, and they give them back to the community. And otherwise, it's fantastic.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there. Especially these little homegrown little local shops are always the best ones to deal with anyway, because they recognize your face when you're in there, and when they throw a Christmas party, everybody's invited, and all this
You get
kind of
that.
stuff. So
That's
we were
exactly
invited.
it. Well, no, I mean, but we're not local either. So
Oh, that's true.
if we were more local, I'm sure we would.
Thanks for talking me down.
I know, me too. Like, wait,
Somebody's
what's something
eating.
we did?
Somebody's eating food without me? How dare they?
Yeah, but to be fair, it's dinner time, and it's not even. So, yes, this is outrageous.
Oh, looks like we got to get in the race, get on the grid there, buddy, and retire your truck.
Will do.
Starting from the back stretch. And let's get this lined up here. We will be going to the Balser family. As always, thanks again to Nate and his entire crew. for doing the Grand Marshal duties of the evening.
Welcome to Talladega Nights SuperSpeedway, one of the fastest tracks around. Presented by Talladega Nights Racing League and brought to you by Tarnation TV. Drivers, start your engines!
And as the drivers roll off, we had to step on the driver start your engines that the game does, because that one's boring. Thank you very much to the Pulsar family for lending their voices to the Tarnation TV broadcast for all these decades. 47 laps on the clock. Of course, we do have drone cam in operation again today.
That's fantastic. Always love to see that.
I'll get that set up on the car, just in case we need to go through the field a little bit later. We got some cool angles focused on Jeffrey Elliott's truck there. I did notice in the pre-race I do not have the 29, and I do not have the 711. But the trucks are so not. The generics have been replaced by Frank Divins painting skills.
Oh, that's right.
So therefore, the generics look awesome. So Mike Mangialardi in the 29 got the Hot Wheels rig. Let's see, he's running a 29. He's not running an 029. Maybe that's why. He's usually a 029. And I don't have John Godfrey's truck, which is smash into the desk there. That always sounds good on the microphone. I don't have John Godfrey's truck either in the 711. We will see who will lead lap number 1. Ken Roberts got the pole position, and he is out in front right now, entering the tri-oval. Lap number 1 goes to Ken Roberts. There is a brand new number 8. The Greg Level is now running the 8, not the 088.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Keith Bynum not on track today. You may have been like, Blaine, where's Keith? Oh, well, I'll tell you. In the YouTube chat, he says he's watching from the lake house tonight, so.
Well, and why not? It is lake house weather, if you have a lake house.
Oh, it's always lake house time if you're at the lake house.
Right?
But like, and again, like, why?
Only thing that stops me from having lake house time is just my utter lack of a lake house.
Yes, that is true, yeah. Why aren't you at the lake house, Brad?
You know what? That's a fine question. Three wide at the back.
Changing the subject. Three wide at the back.
Right? I'll be over here with sufficient goalies within a 30-mile radius.
We'll be over here going 3 wide at the back. Why wouldn't we, though, right? This is Talladega Nights, and we know how to get it done.
Because I can do that from the comfort of my basement.
Right. Why would you be, if you had a lake house, though, why would you be watching us?
Because this is the best show on Sunday nights.
The racing is kind of better than real life sometimes.
Yeah. I know for a fact that we're better than Alfonso Ribeiro, AFE guy. His jokes are terrible. And I know for certain that we're funnier than him.
Right. I think we
still have $1 million to give away. No affiliation to Disney and or funny videos, but sometimes there's funny videos. Sometimes we get some entertaining clips out of here.
Speaking of funny videos, who knew that there used to be shows about funny videos, and now it's just all like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. They're just at your fingertips. You don't even need Bob Saget to host it anymore.
No, but now they still do though. They have like on MTV. They have Ridiculousness.
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically just like a
Tosh.
AFV. Yeah, it's Tosh. It's AFV for millennials. Millennials. No.
All the new kids.
That's right. It's for ones who can't be bothered to sit around and watch the show with their parents on 7 o'clock on Sunday nights. I still force the kids to do that. I used to. I'm not doing it anymore, but I used to play. Mandatory fun time. Get back here. enjoy some people getting hit in the testicles with a softball.
Right, that never gets old.
It's quality bonding.
It is.
Do you see that? Just right in the bag. Oh,
We saw it. I think we got to see it again in slow motion.
Right. And the sound effect. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Boink, boink, boink. Currently focused on Robert Breedlove. Why? Because in the YouTube chat, he typed, "Let's go." So I'm curious if he's texting and driving, although that message did come in a little while ago. Frank Divens is out there too, our painter extraordinaire, in that Napa truck. That thing is cool. I'd go out on a limb and say Frank Divens painted that truck for himself.
You would probably be correct, wouldn't you?
I think so. I paint all my stuff.
Yeah,
these guys are so
it.
good at this. We just talk about other stuff.
I don't know. There's not much to say. Like, as you can see at home, they're racing incredibly well.
Right. And now for something completely different. It's just 3 wide mid-pack. That's what I'm sort of saying here. Locked on paired bond. There's Mark Paglia.
Game just crashed. Give me 1 second.
Mark Paglia is, of course, the sponsor of tonight's race and cahoots with musclecartherapy.net on your internet World Wide Web device. Driving a motorcraft truck, so he's a trader. You think he'd be running the Muscle Car Therapy truck accessories truck, but he's not.
No, you gotta be kidding me.
So I don't know who sponsored next race. Every single race has been covered. All the drivers, because Jeffrey and I were talking about how we can run this series, because it's going to be Jeff's last series that he runs, this Sunday series. Once these 13 races are over, I think it's 12. Right? No, 12. 12 races are over. I was like, hey, let's get the drivers to bring a donation and sponsor a race, and we'll rebrand the thing.
I like it.
For their sponsor, So for the whole race, you get to see Mark's website, the bottom right-hand corner. Every week it's different. We had Hubcap Annie on here, and last week or the week before. See, it's been a couple of weeks and I've forgotten. It's because we skipped a week. But either way, everybody bought a race so fast that Jeff was like, hey, man, could we do, instead of 11 races, could we maybe do 12? Because he had an extra driver wanting to donate. Plus, we missed a race last week, so they just lengthened the season because all these guys just wanted to throw down money to sponsor this thing, and or the racing servers and everything. It's a collective pot of money that gets spread around the league because it's not cheap to run this stuff.
Okay.
But very cool. That's how quick. So we do have sponsors for the rest of the season, but Jeff and I go week by week. Today was a little bit hectic. I don't know who's sponsoring race number, 5? I don't know who's sponsoring race number 5.
Okay.
But hey, tune in next week.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Ain't that time?
Speaking of muscle car therapy and truck accessories, they got a really cool motto. I can't remember what the motto is.
We got muscles and we like therapy. That's right. No, I'm just throwing some other options out there. No, that's not it though. I had it at the top of it. We make dreams come true, right? That's the gist of it.
That's it.
And bring memories to life. Yep. That's a pretty good slogan all around, and it's very fitting. It's literal, and it works.
We make dreams come true and memories come to life. Because we were talking to him about that in the thing. Hey, what if? I'm like, that would be a dream come true. Or make memories come to life where hey, you find granddad's old, 56 Chevy in the garage. They'll restore that thing. The back of the pack there, bud. Do we have some early cars going to pit? I do believe. We are lap 10. We're starting lap 11 right now. Currently back on the front of the pack here. We've got Ken Roberts leading every single lap so far this race. That will be lap number 10 that he has led.
Okay.
I don't believe that Ken will go down this time. He's usually the end of lap 12, I think. So we got Ken, Greg Lovell. We've got Denny Carroll up front there with Mike Mangialarni, Stephen Brandstetter, and Robert Breedlove. And it looks like Palmer. We got 5 cars coming in. Sorry, 5 trucks. A little bit sideways. Jeff on the grass. It's all good. They got it figured out.
A little bit sideways there.
Yeah, a group of 5 going in. That's good. If they can all come out together. That's the goal, of course, to obtain optimal speed. I do believe this entire pack now will have to be pitting. All these trucks are going to have to pit this time, but I do believe. Or do you think they can make it one more?
I think there's going to be a diehard. It's always somebody's going to push the envelope.
Yeah. 13 full laps, though? Is it possible? I guess we're going to find out. We're going to switch to pit lane camera 2 here. I have a custom camera set up so we can see the entrance. The top left of your screen there. We'll see who commits. Yeah, they are. Half the pack came down. Somebody lost it. Wow. Who was that? Was that Farrell? I don't know who that was. That was awesome. Whoa. Someone, I didn't see who it was, drifted into the pits there. Sideways. Might get caught with a speeding penalty. After this cycle here, I'm going to rewind that and see who that was. Okay, there's no way they can do 14 full laps. So this is the 13 full lap run. I always forget, and so it's always exciting.
Right. No, it's... Sorry,
Here they come.
I'm just trying to figure out why my game keeps crashing here.
Kelly Kazi around a little bit at mouth of pit road. He will get that straightened out. This is under green. That's going to definitely affect the 00. 67 of Garland Oaks is also around. Pit exit camera here. This will be the race off pit road for the remaining cars. I keep saying cars. Remaining trucks.
Trucks.
This is clearly the most boring camera angle ever, but it's going to get better, I promise. That is the race off pit road under green. Denny Carroll, everybody's still hooked up with each other. And we do have a main pack coming. Here comes the main pack, led by Mike Mangialardi. They will blend back in with this, and this will basically become the lead pack. Always cool watching green flag cycle. And it looks like
often, but not as of late. We haven't seen it often, but that is nice. Nice mix up to. As opposed to some of the yellow, at least last weekend was a little bit hectic, eh?
Yeah, sometimes, it's just in the cards, stuff just going to happen. There's gremlins in the system, but the green flag definitely strings the pack out too. So now it's a challenge for us to figure out who's going where. So right now the leader of the race is Greg Lovell in the 8.
All right, I'm back.
Wondering
who...
So that lead pack right there is 5 trucks strong.
Right. Towards the back, we've got Brian Rawson getting shoved by the boss, giving him a push there. And then following behind him is the wrecking ball himself, Ulysses. Or no, ahead of him, sorry, just ahead of him, my mistake. I had the camera angle messed up. Oh, Jeff got by. There we go. Yeah, sorry. Back to the action there. I don't know what it was. I had to re-input the DLL file, and everything was good. So,
that's weird.
All technical bubble jumble aside, after the reshaded debacle, we were golden.
Speaking of Ulysses, like you were there, he is tacked on to the draft. It looks like Jason Scheck might also be tacked onto the draft. So these two in the back there, they might be able to wrangle themselves back into that main pack.
I think so. Definitely got a good line for it anyways there.
Yeah, that main pack is racing, so that's always good. There's Ken Roberts after the pit cycle in 13th. Now, what happened to Kelly Cossey? He was the 0-0 car, truck. Currently in 22nd, all by his lonesome. Had a little bit of a mishap getting into the pits there, got spun around, and is all by himself. But you know what? It's a long race.
Right? Looks like Robert Breedlove going to the bottom there, letting everyone go by.
Breedlove?
Yeah, he's a bit of a mix-up. He's in the 26 currently.
Currently, yes. Yep, we're focused on him now. Is he a lap? Yeah, he will be a lap down.
Yeah, coming up here, I think. So.
If the truck behind him, you can see the 8 truck behind him, the black and white truck of Greg Lovell is in first. If Greg gets past him, wait a second. No, he is definitely a lap down. Yeah, Greg lost that position. That's old information. Okay. New leader, Denny Carroll. There it is. The 41 of Denny Carroll takes the lead.
No stranger to the front of the pack, Mr. Denny Carroll.
Yeah. Yeah, there's usually some familiar faces up front. Not all the time, but like you said, not a stranger. Commentators for this evening, Blaine and Brad, and that is what we look like if we were on the TV show called South Park.
Right. How about it?
You must respect our authority.
I'm right for us.
Doesn't sound the same when I say it.
No. But the intent's still there, and I can appreciate that.
Right.
Danny Carroll, Mark Aguilera, Brian Lovell, Craig Hagley. Okay, he's breaking out. Trying to see who's gonna get up front here. A couple new strategies forming at the front.
Jason Scheck and Ulysses Sandoval have found each other on track. They are about a lap away from each other, but they are working together to keep their speed up. This is a no damage league on Sunday, so trucks remain pristine for the entire race, so there will be no damage issues unless a driver, of course, tire wear is still a thing. Jeffrey Elliott and Brian Rawson are sticking together as well. And behind them, we have Garland Oakes, Alex Ortiz, Ken Hunsbury, Gary Mingus, and Pat McCarskey all in a pack of 5. So they are definitely going to reel in Rawson and Elliott. Oh, something happened to McCarskey. We looked away for a second. Something happened to Pat.
Yeah, it's constantly changing. It's pretty fluid at the front here, too. I'm just kind of cycling through and trying to keep up with it. And
let's go back and see what happened to Pat here. We were just on that pack watching 5 of these guys go. And then, there was a spinorama. Green flag is still out. Pat and Gary had an internet lag spike, and it kind of his car, who cares, his car disappeared for a quarter second there, and then reappeared inside Pat.
Right on.
No yellow though, because that happened. The spinning truck of Gary Mingus, the 12 there, wasn't really in the danger zone because there was nobody coming. So Garland Oakes leading that little pack of Ortiz and Hunsbury at the beginning of lap 21. And like we predicted, they are reeling in Brian Rawson and Jeffrey Elliott. So once these pack of 2, pack of 3 become 5, they will definitely be faster. The more the merrier here at Talladega.
Like we always say, or well, we should say it anyways, but yeah, it's always great to have the full server in here.
Yeah.
Over 30. What was the starting count today? On this
32.
32. That is darn good.
Yeah, so far it's reporting that there's 34 drivers online. Of course, 2 of those spots are us. Currently looking at Eric Lovell in the Mopar 80. Another hot paint job painted by Frank Divins. I would assume, because he paints all these big Stone Gap trucks.
Right. Oh, Pat McCarskey heading off for pit stop.
Yeah, I was going to say we're getting into another pit window here, so
We got a couple in the pit there. Mr. Elliott and Ortiz as well.
the sponsor of the race is also leading this race and has actually been leading it for the last 3 laps. That'll be lap number 5, led by Mark Paglia in the 28.
Nice.
We tend to stay on the front of the pack a lot, so then of course I go around the field checking out different sections of the field after a green flag pit stop especially. It's always fun to see the little races that are going on around the track, and I forget to check the leader. So your leader currently now is Mark Paglia.
Well, we're just getting now into getting back into a 2-director sort of seats now, where we have before operating off of 1 feed. Now we've got 2 computers, 2 commentators, and yeah, I'm trying to remember to make sure to keep mixing it up when you're not on there. I almost need we need a live broadcast studio where I can see a live feed of your screen, you see mine.
Right. It evolves, man.
Switch it on the go, but we'll figure it out.
I could put a camera on my whole entire setup and then feed it to you private link, so you could see
I could take a camera of my face so you can get my reactions. It'd be like one of those really terrible YouTube videos where I would just point at your screen and I would react to what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I know you love those.
Oh, with no audio on your end, even better.
No, I'm gonna wiggle my eyebrows.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make a scrunchy face, and I'm gonna point like I understand what they're saying, and then I'm gonna cross my arms and nod like it was my in the first half in place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I propose.
Exactly what you're saying. 4 more trucks are on pit road. Frank Divins in the mix there.
You need someone to nod on your guy.
Oh man.
My silent contributions go largely unnoticed by the fact that I'm not on camera.
No.
I'm nodding all the time.
It's an interactive, it's for the deaf people.
Right. He would just put me in the corner, just a little bobblehead of me, and just let the cat play with it. Yeah.
You could be like you ever play those old games on Nintendo 64, like WWE, or is it like WCW versus NWO Revenge, where the little referee pops out at the bottom side of the screen?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The main lead pack coming into the pits. Mark gets it down to 55, about 3 pit stalls in. Oh. We had a little bit of a mishap there, it looks like. Who is that? Billy Ellisar and Brian Lovell got turned around under green on pit road. No damages on, so a little hip check to get him back in line.
Right.
And Billy Ellisar's wheels, when they're spinning, is mesmerizing. That was wild. Okay, we're going to stay locked on Billy here.
Take a peek at that.
Get on the 26. It's a sky blue white truck. Get on spectator camera somewhere where you can see his wheels. Watch him drive away. The texture changes. That's awesome. That's super cool.
Oh yeah.
And then they go away again. So his mid spin has the painters know what I'm talking about. His mid spin has a glitch in it. The way that you paint the template for the cars and trucks, there's no spin, mid spin, and fast spin. So as the wheels start to turn, once they get to a certain speed, a new texture gets supplied. And then once they're going full speed, the fast texture gets supplied. So it's usually just blurry. But if you change the textures of the different spin textures, so when he's in slow mode, it looks like a yin-yang spiraling around. I've done that with some of my older car designs. It's made these really weird rim colors that make no sense, that are really ever going to happen like that. They'll be on the broadcast for literally 2 seconds until it gets back up to regular speed again.
Well, fantastic.
Old games, right? They can't like just the wheel's not just painted and then you see it turning. It's more of a texture replacement technique. Yeah.
Oh, little story. The fact they're avoiding whoever's coming off the pit lane there, but they avoided it nice.
Are you looking at the 60 and the 29? I was doing the same thing.
Yeah, I was just trying to see who was back there that it was. I think it was. Oh, I just saw that car before.
Phenomenal racing. 2 green flag pit cycles. We've had no yellows this race. We've been broadcasting for an hour, but the race has only been on for 26 minutes and 10 seconds. And we're over halfway through.
That's a ratio of like 2 to 1.
It is.
To the racing.
If we just broadcasted the racing, it'd be a very short broadcast.
No, I think we'd probably have more fans too. They'd be like, thank God, shut up already.
Yeah. Everybody log in.
Just log in, start talking. I know. Nobody wants to hear it. What's your thoughts on the weather?
Right. And now Tom with the sports.
Yeah. Yeah, so far, no yellows that a couple people can desperately use.
That's true. If you are paying attention to that ticker across the top of your screen, we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trucks that are not on the lead lap. So 19 are on the lead lap. And the other 11 are not.
And there's 2 that are 2 laps down.
Couple of them, yeah.
Huh.
Pat McCarskey had that interaction with Gary.
Oh, yes.
Something else may have happened on pit road to Pat because he is 2 laps down along with Jason Scheck. Currently locked on to Stephen Brandstetter here. We're just going up through the field trying to find out who is in the lead. We have, like, this pack right here is hilarious. So we have position 8, 7, 9, 7, 9, 6, 22, 5, 21, 3, and 1. So your leader right now...
Those are in fact numbers. Yes.
3. Okay, so who's the actual leader? Randy Waugh is not the leader. He's leading the pack, but he's not the leader. He's in 20th position. The leader is actually Greg Palmer on the outside. So Randy's about to be lapped, but because there's no damage and we all run a fixed setup, Randy's able to lead the pack, no problem. He's not causing any issues being there. Most of the time, a vehicle that would be a lap down is usually damaged and off pace. But without damage turned on, he's not going to yield because he can keep pace with these guys.
Yeah, right. No sense in getting any further behind if you can keep driving.
So if you were looking for the 21 on the stats ticker, he is currently in number 20. Or sorry, he's currently number 21 in the 20th position.
20th position, number 1 in your hearts.
Mm-hmm. He is in ours.
Full hockey.
Randy Waugh, apparently, too, has been offline for about 3 weeks or so with computer. His computer had major issues and he wasn't able to get logged in. And he's back here tonight.
I was going to say, well, good to have him back, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get so many people come and go that you don't necessarily... I didn't notice being gone for a couple of weeks, but when you say that, of course, yeah, you haven't heard that name pull up in a bit, but yeah, sometimes people get busy or maybe the date change didn't work, who knows, but well, glad to see that the computer stuff is sorted out.
That's the thing, yeah, get the computer issues sorted out and back out here racing, and it looks like he's leading, but he's not a lap down yet. He still is on the lead lap.
I'll tell you, that's something else. And I got mine sorted out again tonight, too. I got it resorted out, so that's how good. I'm getting to be an NR 2003 expert at this point. When something goes wrong, I think I know how to fix basically the 2 things that go wrong with it for some reason, which
it's
me messing with it.
Yeah, it is a learning curve getting this whole thing going.
It looks good enough. Stop it.
Yeah.
All right. I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I don't need it to look at any shot here. This looks fantastic, and I'm getting hundreds of frames a second. It's great. And Greg Palmer's in the lead, and what else could you ask for? We haven't
Right.
seen him at the front of the pack in a while.
Yeah, he comes out here. Let's see where he is actually in points. I don't know if Palmer's even on the points.
Is it because he's... Yeah, okay, so he just hasn't been out as much.
Randy's been out for a while, so he's 36th in points currently. And then Greg Palmer's in 25th. So a good spot for Greg to be for points.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Getting some of those lead laps.
Yep.
Oh, we got someone hitting the wall at the back. Who is this? Arlen Oaks. Lost a little bit of control there.
Yellow is up.
And oh, Pat McCarskey is off the track on the grass. Garland Oaks was having some issue there. He was lined up. Maybe there was some something happening before there, right?
So here's an interesting thing at the front of the pack. Randy's not a lap down, so he's actually going to get trapped by the pace car. They would put Randy in a wave around position.
Okay, so he's going to make up a lap then?
No, because he's not a lap down, so he wouldn't be the lucky dog, although he's in front of the leader a full 99% of a lap behind. So if he chooses to take the wave around, I don't believe he's allowed to pit. But I would assume that everybody's probably going to pit. I'm going to go back and look at what happened to bring out the yellow, but I don't believe that Randy is going to want to take this wave around right now.
Every time I think I understand racing, and then something like this happens, and then it just goes to show that I don't understand anything at all. Like this part is like, oh, it's all good until this happens, and he gets split between the line and this car, and then you have to remove the brain and start,
it looks
finding antimatter. I'm like, okay, cool, NASCAR.
It looks like he's taking the wave around because he's going around now. So he passed the pace car. He's going for a drive. So, but see, I think, I don't know the rules on wave around. He would be trapped between the leader and the pace car, so he's allowed to drive around. If this is a free wave around, I do not know. I don't know if he's allowed to pit or not.
All right.
There are trucks on pit road. Ken Roberts is in there from 5th position. So all the leaders of pit. Now I'm curious what Randy Waugh will be doing here. He's on the pits. Okay, so I'm not sure about that rule. I guess it's
56 to the booth.
What will happen is he'll start at the back. 56, go ahead.
Yeah, our first little caution tonight. What an awesome run. Would you like to interview anybody?
Yeah, sure. Who do you want to send down? Do you want to send Randy down?
I'm a little Jason Shuck.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jason Shuck. The number 42 truck. The number 42, Jason Scheck, live on the air. You got me?
Got you, Blaine.
What's it looking like out there today, man? You're a lap down, but we've had a couple green flag cycles, and you're not the only one a lap down. There's a lot of guys a lap down. So what's it shaping up the rest of this race?
Well, it looks like on the start there, I got to look at my calibration here. It looks like I got a soft pedal or something. It's not getting the full thing out of it. So just kind of riding in the back here, getting familiar with these guys. I raced with most of these guys over the years, and just happy to be racing here on a Sunday night, having some fun, and just kind of see what unfolds in front of me here.
So now that we're under yellow, are you going to try to get into the options menu and recalibrate that pedal?
I kind of did that in my last pit stop, so I'm going to have to take a look at my profiler when I'm done with the race here.
Yeah, I love it. Even though there's no damage on Sunday nights, you can still have physical wheel problems that'll, cause you to run slower. Is it much slower? It looks like you're able to keep up when you're in the draft.
According to my replay, it looked like it was just a tick. So if I got someone behind me, I can stay up there pretty good. It might be a little intermittent problem, but I was missing just a sliver of green there on that bar.
I wonder I wonder if that's a strategy thing, because you'll be saving fuel. That might come in handy at the end. Maybe you've just banked like 8 laps of fuel somehow.
No, that's true. We'll see what happens here. I'm just going to ride around at the back and just get the best I can get.
Awesome, buddy. Well, we'll let you get back at it. If you want to give any shout-outs, you can go ahead and do it.
Yeah, just say a shout out to you guys. You always put on a great broadcast. And, of course, Mark for sponsoring the race. And then all the admins here for everything they do. Appreciate it.
Awesome, buddy. Have a good race, Jason.
Thank you.
Right, so I just found the source of the yellow here. Lap
Okay.
33 at the 30 minutes and 55 second mark.
Which car?
Toward back of the car, number 58.
So we're locking on to 58, and we're going to timestamp what now?
30 minutes, 55 seconds.
Oh, this is glorious that you got your game working, bro.
There you go. Well, I figured that way you could at least pull up the replay because it took me a minute to find it while you were doing the yakking. So.
Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah, the 58 avoided that.
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to see exactly. I just found it. And
That's perfect because now I can find.
Shout it from the mountaintops.
No, that was great because that saves me having to rewind it precisely.
You're a busy guy, and I bring nothing to the show besides the odd dick jokes and fart jokes and.
Yeah, exactly. That humor
Listen,
that we all
every
love.
once in a while, you're like, I got to use something.
So if you're looking at that, Jeff wanted us to call it live on the air. Do you want to try to call this one? Because that is almost too close to call, dude.
I'm calling it from the YouTube replay here because this is what I'm watching.
Okay, so we're going to go helicopter slow motion. The 0 comes down just a little bit, but nothing really happened. And then started... I'm going to say 0. Unfortunately, I'm going to put that on Alex. There's a lot of track available there. The second time he came down and cramped on Brian Lovell, that's what caused the spin. That's my call.
I agree. It's too bad, but I concur.
Oh, and Brian retired.
Oh.
Brian has retired. No damage. No damage this evening, but Brian retired from the race, and there's still 9 laps to go.
Wonder, he didn't think it was his fault, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Was he even near that? Sorry, where was...
Well, he was involved in it, but I think it more would have landed on Alex. Do you want to check out some of these paint jobs on these trucks?
Yeah, absolutely. Who knows what's happening in the team studio? There's some...
Yeah, I don't know. We can't hear what's going on in the chat.
We certainly can't broadcast it.
No. There's the fresh number 8 of Greg Lovell there. Right next to the 7-Eleven of John Godfrey. That looks like a generic to me. Behind him, Greg Palmer. Miss you, Greg. Miss you, Greg. He always says that in the driver intros. Frank Divins in the number 9. Denny Carroll, number 41. Graham McDonald, number 24. Ken Robertson, the 55. Tostitos. Craig Hagley in the 82. Mark Paglia in the 28. Ulysses Sandoval in the 96. Are we ready to go green? I think we're going green. Everybody just geared down. Mike Mangialardi in the 29. Eric Lovell in the 80. Yep, we're green.
Yeah, no, I was just going back over the replay there, and I think you're right with that. Just in that call there. So yeah, back to green, and look at these guys go.
Yeah, we got through most of the field on that one, but I made a mistake. Yeah, we were talking to Jason and ran out of time. So. Stephen Brassler in the 510, Jeffrey Ell in the 56, Randy in the 21, Kelly in the 00, Doug Hulick in that purple 23. Kelly right back in there, had a mishap going into the pits on that first green green flag pit stop. Right back in the thick of it. That's all I needed was a yellow flag to tighten everybody back up. And the double zero of Cossie is being geared one lap down. Is that going to change? We'll keep you up to date on that one. Alex Ortiz, Perry Bon, Garden Oaks.
Starting at the middle of the pack.
Yeah. Jim Black buried in there in the 58 truck. Ken Hunsbury, Gary Mingus, Pat McCarskey, Jason Scheck was telling us about his throttle problems, and there's Javier Negron in the back, bright green number 4. Scheck does look like he's able to keep. He's up around 198 right there. Looks like he's got another spin.
Look out. That's
wow. That will be every person on planet Earth. This is what they call a yard sale.
This is what, hold on. I'm going to have to get my fingers warmed up because I feel like there's going to be a handful of fingers to point. No. But I didn't want this, but Jeff asked me to be a snitch. So I got to find out who did it, and I'm going to be thorough. I believe the accident happened 4 seconds ago, and all the cars were involved.
Yes, thank you. Jeffrey went for a ride. Okay, let's see. You know what they say in real life, too? Like at actual NASCAR, cautions breed cautions. So we just had a caution, which stacks everybody up, and it leads to more cautions. So in slow motion helicopter cam here, it looks like the accident happens up front, where Godfrey changed lanes, and that just ends up being, there's nowhere for anyone to go. Although I think I might be focusing on the 931. Do you want to check the 931 on that one at the start of that wreck? Not saying he's involved, just saying he might have just threaded the greatest needle of all time to get through that.
Oh, for sure. I'm just going to go through here right now. What timestamp did you exactly have it on there? Was it?
I'd say if you start watching the 931 at timestamp 41:15.
All right, I'm pretty almost there. In the 931.
We're gonna, yeah. Just give me a check on that one. I'm gonna get on John. Put it in slow motion here. John looks like he leaves his lane just enough. Oh. He got up off the ground and the camera went into no man's land. And we've got trucks rolling and
coming up on it.
Leiden.
41.
With no damage. I mean, none of these guys, I mean, they might need new tires.
Oh, spectacular crashes, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get on the 931 and we're going to drive through that wreck.
Oh, so you get pushed out of shape at the very beginning. That's where it was. Okay, 41. So.
Let's watch Robert here.
Yeah, that's why I'm on him right now. Just all right, going around
right
just
there.
just misses by whoever's driving the Joker truck, the green and purple.
Yeah.
And a little drift. The ass end comes around a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll have to go off the down to the apron a bit, and then back in, and then again missing that too. Like
being able to drive it sideways like that.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying he just avoided that last collision too with the red truck as well. And them zero. Damn it.
Look at that camera. Smokes. Look at that camera angle.
We
got to put that in slow motion. I got to get a different angle maybe. This is absolutely wild. I'm gonna put it in slow motion. We need some epic music on this one. Dun 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 dun.
I wasn't even watching to see who was up who was at the front there to make the run for the front for.
It's like a war zone, and it's like Tom Sizemore in every war movie he's ever been in. Like watch Black Hawk Down. Like this is Tom Sizemore right here, because he just walks out in the middle of the battlefield and just doesn't get shot.
This is straight up Rambo. This is Jon Snow plot armor from Game of Thrones. This is like okay, this is WWE He
Yeah, it's
scripted,
a Royal
like,
Rumble.
He's the winner from the outset, except for he pulls it away there, and he drives across. He gets across his nose, not up it. Damn, look at he avoids that. I'm like, oh man, that's the play of the game right there, ladies and gentlemen. Your MVP.
Yep, I would say. I would say so.
Smokes, heart stopping.
It's crazy. I love that. Like I remember you mentioned that a while ago when you saw a guy do that, and now it's all I look for. Like, okay, somebody caused an accident, whatever, but you look for the person who somehow got through it. And Robert literally had to drive through 27 crashing trucks and got bumped by one of them, but was able to stay on it. And we got to keep following him because we got to see where he ends up after that sequence. Because I'm hoping that it gained him some track position because he's slaloming up through the field now. Because he is a lap down, so he's a lucky dog. So it put him in lucky dog position.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because now that's 2 yellows, so that's a couple of people have maybe gained some laps back, and that's going to be a game changer for them as well.
Well, and we were watching Robert drive through that mess. Not knowing exactly how many positions he gained, they only do 2 lucky dogs here at Talladega Nights. Or they might only do 1, actually, because I don't see Mark at the front of this pack. He's a lap down as well. If they only do 1, that move may have got Robert back on the lead lap in the last 5 laps of this race. Because you'll see when the lights on the pace truck go out, that 931 will drop the hammer and get his lap back. Be able to drive all the way around the track to the back of the pack to restart this race at the start of lap 44, 47. And so he should be in 18th. He should be in 18th position, I think. 56, go ahead.
Yeah, I asked you to do something tonight. We've been doing pretty good at it because that's only our second caution. Did you happen, for you, looking being a broadcaster, who would you have thought that been? Give me a car number.
On that last one?
Right now,
I want to see how good you are.
On that last one? Is that what you're... Oh, he can't hear me. Oh, sorry, on that last one? You're talking about the last wreck?
Yeah, just give me a car number. That's all. We just want to make sure we're doing good on our site.
We said 7-Eleven.
Temple.
He drifted out of the lane.
Yeah, we're kind of looking at it that John got about half a lane out of sorts there, and it caused the 8 to get underneath him.
We just made that call, so we just want to see how you look at it. So it's the same thing.
Okay, roger that.
Yeah, the game is doing some weird things. They're giving guys laps down under caution, and some glitching might be going on here. So we're doing our best to figure it out.
10-4.
But so far, pretty darn good race, huh?
Yeah, it's been a good clean racing, and then the crash was spectacular. So that gave us about 5 minutes of material just on that.
Yeah, like Brad was saying, that crash was unreal. He can't hear you, Brad, if you're not pushing the whisper button. I don't know if you've got one set up for Jeff.
Oh, if he's not whispering, I thought he was shouting with us.
No, see, I've got my whisper. I have a different effect on Jeff's voice when he whispers to me, so I could tell he's not in with us. But yeah, that crash was spectacular, and we definitely combed through it. Yeah, but 711, I believe, would have been the cause of that. You guys are going green. We should stop talking to Jeff. Good luck, Jeff.
Okay, see you back on there.
All right, so this, I'm going to give you a name of a plugin. You got to download for this too. It makes him sound distorted, like he's in the car. Super cool. And you can determine where the voice is coming from. Because if he's whispering to us from the track, he's not in the room when you just speak to him. He can't hear you unless you hold that whisper button down. So I had to put that plugin in there because I didn't know. I'm like, I can't tell where the voices are coming from. You can't hear me.
I mistakenly called Perry Bond's car the Joker Mobile, but it's actually Mountain Dew.
It is cool. I knew what you meant, though. The purple and green. It's awesome. I love it.
That's a gnarly paint job. I'm currently riding in the back of Brian Rawson right now, in the middle of this 3-wide pack. There's some shenanigans here.
Yeah.
In the far chase camera, and this the monitor / TV is much more effective than my laptop screen. Holy cow! I get it now.
Ken Roberts is having some bad connection problems. And the 55 truck just disappeared about 6 times there. It seems to be back now.
Oh,
the
no.
Joker car's around. This will be a race back situation.
That was not it before the line? I thought it was.
They are slowing down, so it looks like that is the race. Greg Palmer.
Like, who just crossed?
In second. Who the heck's in first?
I couldn't find the first player for. I've been looking. I thought that was me glitching out. I couldn't find it on my screen.
Okay, Javier Negron just retired. It said he was in first. So, second
right
place?
Now, Greg Palmer is currently in second place, so I'm watching this up to the race. He's leading the race. I'm just in the replay right now. Everything's good. He's leading the race still.
That was strange. It said Javier was in first, but he was on pit road.
So the accident happened before. So Greg Palmer crossed the finish. He was the first one to cross the finish line.
Right.
After the caution came up.
Right.
Just previously, here we have at the 50 minutes and 55 second mark. You can see the yellow flag is out, but he is in position 2 according to the game, which is super weird.
It's weird because I found the first place truck was actually being billed as Javier, but he has retired from the race. He did lead 7 laps, the number 4 truck of Javier Negron. But now that he is retired, Greg will take that spot from him right now as the white flag comes out to start lap 47.
Any questions?
Let's see here. Once it shows me the first place position, I'm going to quickly go back and find that. Yeah, it's got him in first, so...
Yeah. Good shot. At that exact moment, it shows him in pit lane. When I go to Javier.
Yeah. So I'm just seeing who might have caused the accident here this time. There's Perry Baum pushing the 56 into the tri-oval. That's hard to tell, that one. That's horrible for Perry. I don't even know what happened there. The truck went sideways.
And let's see.
It looked like a very abrupt... I wonder if that's an internet thing. It seemed to turn sideways really aggressively for no reason. Because you could door bang on this track, and that looked like a door bang that completely turned that thing 45-degree angle.
Okay, so I'm following. So Gary Mingus in the 12. Okay, now let's go forward with this. He's in his lane. Gary's not moving at all.
No.
He's on the edge of his lane, but Perry Baum came down, I think.
He did, but it looked like a door bang to me, which usually wouldn't cause a spin like that.
Oh,
it
you're
seemed
saying,
like
so you think there was...
56 to vote.
Hey, 56 on Whisper, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Can you grab top 4?
Yep, we can handle that.
Okay, just do your interviews with the top 4, and I'll be watching. But thank you, man, for the broadcast. It's awesome. Pretty quick race. Good race tonight. So thank everybody for watching. Appreciate it.
Yep, roger that. So we will be talking to Craig Hagley, Ulysses Sandoval, Ken Roberts, and Greg Palmer after this race is over. It's crazy. The entire race was green flag racing until those last 15 or so laps. We just had all the cautions sort of showed up at the same time. Your race winner, do you want to give him the checkered flag? You do it.
All right, here we go.
56 to the boot.
Go ahead, 56.
Yeah, we're going to do factoids tonight with Mr. Mingus, but we'll do that as he's getting them ready. We'll do 4th place.
Roger that.
And then we'll bring him
Yeah,
in. And then
I'll do
top three.
fourth, and then we'll do Gary.
Right on.
Except they were giving him the thank you bumps and spun him right out and rolled him over.
Right.
He almost dropped the checkered flag.
Well, there he is. He's out for one afternoon. We haven't seen him in a while. He wins third race back.
Just focusing on the winner here.
All right, Mr. Bland, we got about a 2-minute cycle with the factoids that Mr. Mingus is going to present. Are you ready for them?
Sorry, I'm locked on to Palmer doing a burnout, so I can't really do it.
Let me know when you're ready for the factoids. They are ready. We'll do them first quickly in a 2-minute cycle.
Okay, perfect.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll bring them down.
Roger that. Yeah, it looks like Palmer is trying to set this place on fire.
Right. He's going to have to stop for tires and then continue the burnout.
Yeah, this isn't the I'm on Fire series. This is the I Urinate Excellence All Over the Track series.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there it goes. The truck finally imploded.
Yeah. It is gone. All right, let's do some factoids with Gary Mingus.
All right, let's try to keep it with that 2-minute cycle. He knows we got to get through him quickly. Here he is.
Roger that. Looks like we're having time for the slingshot silly statistics on your Sunday. That's a lot of S words. Gary, the floor is yours. Stats, please. And yeah, looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Blaine. Hello, everybody. Your fastest laps of the night. In 6th place, honorable mention was Steven Brandstetter. 5th place, Billy Elliser did a 47.876 second. 200.017 miles per hour on lap 30. In 4th place, Eric Lovell, or Lovell as I like to say, 47.792 speeds seconds, 200.369 miles per hour on lap 15. And the final 3 were all done on 17. In 3rd place, Ken Roberts, 47.766 seconds, 200.478. And 2nd place, Frank Divins, the senior, 47.714 seconds, 200.696 miles per hour. And the fastest lap of the night topped the 201 mark. John Godfrey, 47.626 seconds, 201.067. And as I said, the top 3 all got it on lap 16. Lead changes. We had 10 lead changes with 8 leaders. And the most laps led at the top was Ken Roberts with 11, Mark Paglia with 8, Javier Negron with 8, Greg Lovell with 7, Greg Palmer, our winner, with 6, John Godfrey with 3, Denny Carroll with 2, and Frank Divins with 2. And our highest climber of the night was Jeff Elliott. He started in 31st place, finished 10th, had a 21 place change. Outstanding. And that, my friends, are your slingshot silly statistics for the night.
Awesome. I love how most of that race was under green, but the lap speeds were, I mean, we've had 202 miles an hour before, with yellow flags. I don't know how that works when most of the race is under green. But I guess that when the pack is strung out, it makes more sense. They might be going a little slower.
I think so. Yeah. Well, definitely, because it was quite broken up from early on, right?
Yeah, with the green flag cycling. But yeah, thanks again, Gary, for the information. As always, it's cool to hear those little behind-the-scenes stats that I can't see.
Well, I appreciate that very much. And top of the evening to you and Brad for doing a fine broadcast. I'll settle in tonight and go watch it on the TV and call it a day.
Awesome. Thank you, Gary. Have a good night, bud.
Good. Thanks, dude.
And we move up the list here. We've got the top 4. We're waiting for Craig. Do you want me to grab him, Jeff, or you got him?
Yeah, you go ahead and take I'll grab Craig and you handle the rest of them.
Okay. Craig Hagley in the 82. How you doing, bud? 4th place position, that close to a
doing
podium.
pretty good, man. How are you doing?
Oh, not bad, not bad. What a fantastic race. All the yellows, unfortunately, came out at the end, but it was still an awesome race to call.
Yeah, it took a little bit of work getting back up there, but put her in a top spot where I could be able to come up here and talk to y'all tonight.
How did it look out there for fuel mileage and whatnot? Didn't really come down to that, obviously, at the end, but it was looking like, that 11, 12, 13 lap run, there's usually about 4 laps where guys are kind of peeling off.
Yeah, well, I did like always, and I usually always push it till I'm on the last drop anyway before I come in. So when we did that last stop, I was 2.5 laps to the good, so didn't have no fuel problems tonight.
Nice. Yeah, it always pays off trying to conserve. Do you do much clutching when you're on the track, or you just how far you can get?
Oh, whenever we take off coming off pit road, I hit 4th gear and clutch from the beginning, and anytime we're under caution, it's clutch city all day long.
Right. Yeah, you're always at low RPM. I never do that. I'm always like at 2nd gear. I should try the 4th gear thing.
Yeah, you never know when that one little drop will make a difference of sputtering coming off of 4 or getting you down all the way to pit road. So
yeah. No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of nights where you don't need that extra drop, but some nights you do. So
yeah, take it when you can get it, because every little bit counts, especially depending on how those yellows come out. But yeah, man, awesome race. We love watching it, obviously, and that was a great run. If you have any shout outs you want to do, let her rip.
Yeah, shout out to Norm for the good win tonight. Ken for getting 2nd. Maybe I shouldn't have called him and woke him up. Maybe I could have been 3rd tonight. But any of my friends that might have been sitting there watching tonight, Brendan, Nikki, Justin, any of y'all. And of course, Lane. Thanks for putting on the race and doing everything that you did, Mark, for the sponsorship. And thanks for the broadcast, Blaine.
Awesome, man. Our pleasure, because we love doing it. We love, and Brad finally got his game working too, so now we have a second camera angle, because he's basically I've been streaming to him privately until we got his game situation figured out. So it's a whole new ball game over here now.
Well, welcome back, buddy. Glad to have you.
Yeah, it's a game changer now. We're casting aspersions left and right. Your fault. It's your fault. No, we now have timestamp for it too. Immediately, it's pretty good.
Helps me out.
It's all good.
A lot.
We had a lot of fun.
Thanks, Craig. Have a good night, bud. There's Craig Hagley. The number 96, the Ulysses the Puppy Sandoval, the most handsome driver on the track. Congratulations on your podium finish, sir.
Hey, the sexiest driver has arrived. What's up, everyone?
Hey, bud.
We were watching you at the start of the race, and you were kind of back there in a pack by yourself with a couple guys just kind of hanging out, chilling, and some green flag pit stops, and then here we are at the end, and you got the 3rd place finish.
I got to thank this to Blaine Donlands and Jeffrey Elliott's fuel cells.
Oh, there you go. That was
the totally legal ones.
Yes, yeah, we're in cahoots with a lot of nefarious folk to definitely cheat to win. So yeah, you're welcome. We won't broadcast that part. The mics are off,
we'll
right?
Edit that out. This is not live.
This is totally not live. We'll edit that out. Yeah.
Fix it in post. Oh.
See what? We didn't watch anything. Nothing happened. No. Actually, what are we doing now?
So what was was a great race, obviously, up until the end of it. We had a bunch of cautions come out. Were you gearing up for an extra pit stop, or how was the fuel situation looking?
Well, when that first caution came out, I wanted to make as more positions as I could to recover from that awful first pit stop I had. So I just went there and took like half of what the rest of the field usually take, but I was several laps short. Then there was another caution where I got wrecked, but you guys got to see the replay. I got wrecked, and I got wrecked. I hit the wall, and my car was straight enough to keep going. So I was basically sliding, flipping around all over the place, and then I hit the wall and continued back on. Ended up going on 5th. So after that caution, I have more time to save gas until the end.
Oh, okay. So you opted to take, say, 1 can instead of 2. Is that what
correct.
You did? Oh, wow.
Yes.
It worked, man. You're 3rd place. That's crazy.
Yeah, it worked. It usually doesn't.
No.
But I always like to take some risks.
That's awesome. I never thought that you're 20 laps to the end of the race or whatever, and you only take 1 can, and then you still have getting in a 3rd place finish. That's super cool.
Yeah, hopefully this will help me to recover from the first 3 races where I didn't have a good finish.
Yeah, definitely the points tonight. It's showing me unofficially that you've got 165 points coming out of this race for the 3rd place finish. So that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, buddy. Well, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. We'll move up to Ken Roberts. Did you want to do any shoutouts before we let you go?
Of course, any shout out to, of course, Mama Sandoval. Once again, the U5, but not a win. And also a big shout out to my team Wrecking Ball, Jeffrey Elliott, and especially Garland Oaks. Thanks for calling me sexy. All right, Blaine, Brad, it's an honor always to be here in the show. So we'll see you next time.
Awesome, buddy. Have a good night.
Good talking to you.
Ulysses Sandoval. See, you don't get did you hear the driver intros? Because he did the driver intro for Garland Oaks.
Oh,
this is Garland Oaks, the number 67, and I just want to shout out Ulysses Sandoval for being the sexiest driver on the track.
I didn't. I was so I was resetting everything before,
right.
So I didn't catch that. That makes it even better, but still fantastic, nonetheless. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Ken Roberts live on the air. You got me.
Hey, Blaine, Brad, what's going on, guys?
Jeff was looking for you at the 11th hour there, and then you just came out of nowhere, and here you are, 2nd place. Did you sleep in or something?
Yeah. Craig Hagley actually gave me a call. He said, "You racing?" I said, "I'll be there in a minute."
That's what he said. He had to wake you. He said he shouldn't have woke you up. He would have got 3rd.
Yeah, that early time throws me off. So yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, it was an excellent race to watch. I mean, you had most laps led tonight with 11, walking out of here with 180 points, and always a fun race to watch. And it was weird because I forgot that it's 7:00 too, because we had last week off, and I was like, oh yeah, like Jeffrey texted me, he said that you got the broadcast set till 9. I'm like, even though the thumbnail says 7 p.m., I'm like, oh man, yeah, I got to change that to 7 and remember to get on at 7 instead of 9. That would have been horrible, especially to muscle car therapy.
You reminded me.
Yes,
because I forgot too.
Yeah, I'm like, something.
I'll see you at 6.
Yeah.
9
or 4 Eastern,
whatever.
Western, Pacific time.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, man, great race to watch. You lit a lot of it. So what were things like when it was coming down to fuel strategies, and then with all the yellow flags happening the last quarter of that race, it kind of all goes out the window. Ulysses was telling us he decided to take only 1 can of fuel off a recommended 2 near the end, which crazy. It paid off because we have multiple cautions in a caution-free race.
Yeah, leading these races, you obviously consume a lot more gas. So it probably recommended a tank and a half. because I was under the same scenario. I took the tank and a half. And I know some guys gambled on that the one tank, but yeah, Jeff runs that 3X on tonight. Normally we run just 2X. So not only coming in here late, then as we're running around and guys start holler, they're going to pit. I'm like, why are they pitting so early? And I look down, there's like 3 laps. I'm like, oh crap, sorry, 3X. So yeah, it's kind of I got to get used to that. I have a hard time with that, but yeah, I was good on gas. We had that last pit stop, but we had a lot of green flag pit stops. Qualifying on the pole, it's good for the beginning of the race, but when you get those green flag stops, that first pit stop is just a killer. Because those guys are at full song coming at the end of pit road, and you're just getting started, so you get behind. But I was able to catch back up, got in the pack, and then they had that wreck there, late in the race, and was able to slide under it, and got some pretty good spots out of it. So it's always fun getting behind the Hooters truck.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about track position, and it doesn't matter how you find it. If you find it, it helps. So I wanted to get you to talk quickly too about the King of King Eliminator event that you got coming up on the 9th of March.
Yeah, it should be a fun race. It's a different format. A format that I've run before, and it's a lot of fun. Most of the action is in the back of the pack though, because you'll race 5, 6 laps, 8 laps, you get kind of going, and then every 2 to 3 laps, you just got to figure out how many cars are going to be there. You'll figure out whether it's 2 or 3 laps. A car will drop off. They'll be eliminated. So as we cross the start-finish line, they'll be asked, to go down pit road and park and retire for the night. We'll do that until we get about 10 or 12 cars left with about 10 or 12 laps to go, and then it's a shootout. We'll decide who's the king of the kings. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Brad and I were talking about how cool that'll be, because for the first 3 quarters of the broadcast, we'll be focused on the back of the pack. And then for that last 10 to 12 lap sprint, we'll be focused on the front. So it's going to be a neat, definitely going to be cool for the broadcast too, because we've never done that, and we're looking forward to that one.
Really cool format. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I guarantee it. Just already all right, here's something wildly different, but you're still racing the same, but different outcome, different strategy. Should be pretty fun.
Yeah, and what ends up happening is you'll see that 3 wide forming at the back tail end of the field. And
right.
The one thing about these running Talladega and this kind of stuff, if you're usually the last car, a lot of times you can lose the draft real quick, real easy. So it's important that you stay tight and tucked in, and try to not be the last guy, So it's interesting. I've been in the back on them, and had to scramble, to try to get out of that. Obviously you get a caution or something happens, or a wreck or whatever. You try to avoid that stuff too. So it just adds a little extra element, to it, and hopefully a little bit of excitement. So it should be fun.
Yeah, that'll be super. And it's the 9th of March. What time does it start?
We'll roll off about 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay,
same
so
time as normal. So yeah.
Cool.
So it'll be it should be a fun event. So I see Mr. Palmer's made it in here. Your race winner.
Yep.
Congratulations, Palmer.
I just
nice
pulled
job,
him down. Yeah.
Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah, Ken, if you have any shout-outs you want to toss down, let her rip, and then we'll move up to Greg.
Just thanks to you guys for coming out, doing these broadcasts. I can't wait to watch it. Thanks to Jeff and stuff for all he does here. He's a freaking workaholic, and he's coming up with something every day. That guy don't let no grass grow underneath his feet. I can tell you that.
No, it's the big events that we have. I mean, even in a brainstorm session, I don't know if I could come up with half this stuff. Like even with the Eliminator, like the King of Kings being this Eliminator thing, I was like, that's super cool. Never would have thought of that. Team race events, never would have thought of that. All this stuff is crazy. Running multiple tracks in a night, and keeping track of points through all the different tracks, and you can't come up with this stuff overnight, but he does.
Yeah. I get a text at 6:30 in the morning. Call me when you wake up.
Yes.
I was like, oh God, what has he done?
I get those too.
So I call him back and he's got all these ideas. He's talking 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm like, got one eyelid open, one eye shut.
Yeah.
I'm trying to write this stuff down. And I was like, hang on, Jeff. I said, Jesus Christ, man, we're not triathletes, so.
Because that's the
but
thing.
He did come up with a pretty good formula for the next team race, which will be very exciting. So there's going to be a lot of strategy.
It is.
Putting guys on your team that are good at those super speedways, guys that are good at Dega, and trying to shuffle them into those spots. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and he calls me because it's all broadcast related ideas as well. Like, guaranteed, this broadcast wouldn't be the way it was without all the input from a lot of different people. And Jeff, like you said, he said, I wonder if can we do that? I wonder if we could do this or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I was thinking about something like that, but I never looked at it that way. So then it gets my brain working in a different way too.
Yeah, that's how he is, though. He's born that way, I think. So, but anyway, I'm gonna jump out of here. You guys have a good night. Congrats again there, Mr. Palmer. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, see you.
See you guys.
Mr. Craig, missed a couple races, but here you're on the pole, so that'll get you back in the points running.
Yeah, I'm trying to get up to the points. But here I am talking to you from the infield care center. I had to change my underwear because I was in a few of those, just missed a few of those wrecks, man.
Well, even the congratulations for winning the race bumps turned into quite the ride as well. We had the checkered flag hanging out your window, and then the thing just started rolling out of the corner there because everybody was smashing into you, giving you high fives.
Yeah, John Godfrey got a little carried away. I don't mind. He's a good guy, good teammate.
Yeah, and with no damage, right? You're going to do burnout. The truck's going to look mint, so take advantage of the no damage and just roll the guy.
I'm fine. Randy Stone's will be another one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I know a guy.
We know a guy.
Hey, bud. How you doing? CEO.
Thank you.
Man, that was a fun race to watch. Obviously, walking out of there with first place position. Are you planning to make it back next Sunday?
No, I won't be here next Sunday. I'm going visit family up in Staten Island, so I won't be here.
Oh, cool. Well, we're only a YouTube link away. If you want to see what's going on and keep an ear on the race, we're always here for you.
Oh, definitely. I'll stream it on my phone.
Yeah. It's crazy that who knew we would be doing this type of thing 21 years into the sim.
I'm telling you, it's not that the game has advanced, but the how can I say, just different formats, different mods. I mean, better graphics are added. I'm telling you, I love this better than I love iRacing.
Yeah, and it's the way that people have come up with how to use the game to do stuff. Like the Demolition Derby thing, I saw somebody doing that. I'm like, how would you even do that without getting a black flag? Because even in practice, if you're driving around like a weirdo, you get black flag disqualifications. And I'm like, no, you run a super short race. Once the checker comes out, no more flags are going to happen. And then they go into the infield and they have a demolition derby with realistic damage or whatever. I'm like, who would have ever thought of that? Yeah, because as long as you don't quit, you can stay in your car and you can drive around for hours and nothing will happen. So I'm like, no way. So they make these little short dirt tracks with a little boxed in infield in the middle, and they have a demo derby in a dirt track. And it's like, who would have thought that would have been a thing? Even dirt tracks would have been a thing, because this thing has dirt on the side of the track. But
I remember a couple of years ago, after we raced up at Open Speedway, after we raced, we would have drag racing down pit road.
Okay.
From the last pit stall down to the first pit. Just have drag strips. Just drag racing. That's it. Put in your own setup, and it was fun. I mean, there's so many different ways to enjoy this game, this sim game. It's come around. It's come a long way, and let me tell you, it's hanging in there. It really is.
I think it's almost got more popular. I think, like, especially with COVID, and everybody got to look at iRacing, and because they were broadcasting it live on Fox, and the guys were driving in the game, and then from that, it's going to lead here, because this is the free version that feels the same, and it's here, and you can get on it and see how you like it. And there's enough races to jump into. Sure, the Sierra servers are down, but who needs them?
Yeah, that's how I got back into it during COVID. I gave it up for a while after, I'm trying to think what year it was. I can't remember, 2012 maybe or something. Raising out 2 daughters who had basketball, who had recitals, this, that, and, bringing up our girls. And then I never really thought about getting back into it. And COVID happened, and I was bored crapless.
Yep.
And bought a wheel, bought a better video card, and got back into it.
Yeah, it's always here waiting for us to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's glorious, and we love it. But
definitely.
Yeah, man, if you want to do the shout out thing, we'll let you go and get on with the evening there. And congratulations again on the win.
Appreciate that. Thank you, you and Brad, for all you do at Tarnation. I want to thank Mark Paglia for sponsoring this race. The muscle, I forget the name of it. I'm sorry. I can't get
Muscle
off the top
car
of my head.
therapy.
Yes, muscle car therapy. Thank you so much, Blaine. Want to thank the guys, the Chevy drivers that I was racing with tonight. They stuck with me. Kelly Causey, Ken Roberts, Mr. Godfrey, Mr. Hagley. Just sticking with me sticking with them, and we made it happen. The admins, definitely the admins: Greg Lavelle, Jeff Elliott, Ken Roberts, of course, Dan Lavelle, and I don't know who else I missed. The admins, they put so much into this, and it keeps these guys coming back. That's why we have all these drivers come back. I mean, each race we're like 30 guys, 35.
Yeah.
And it just it goes to show you that they're doing the right thing here. Definitely want to thank my boy, my friend, my good friend Rodney Sullins for always painting me awesome cars, trucks, painting my Hooters, Trojan, Chevy Silverado, among other vehicles he's done. It looks good on TV, looks good on the screen, and looks even better when I win.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks good with that the winner's circle graphics that I'm using when you're doing the burnout, so that's always cool.
Oh, definitely.
A mighty fine burnout it was. No shortage of footage to use there tonight.
I was choking on the smoke. Couldn't see. I'm on fire.
Yeah, that's it. We were like, Jeff was trying to talk to me, and I was trying to get angles on the car. I'm like, God, just give me a sec, Jeff. I'm watching Palmer do a burnout. I can't hear a thing you're saying. All I hear is RPM bouncing off the 9,000 line.
Yeah, I was trying to kill it, trying to motorboat it, trying to motorboat those Hooters, but I was having fun.
That's awesome, man. All right, Greg, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win, man. Thanks for joining us up here in the booth, and we hope to see you back here soon.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Blaine. Hopefully I'll see you. Of course, I won't be here next week, but I'll catch you down the road.
Yeah, you know
on the track. I know where to find you, pal. Yeah.
Thanks,
all right, guys.
Greg.
Good night.
All right, take care.
There's your winner, Greg Palmer. And again, thanks to Muscle Car Therapy and Truck Accessories, musclecartherapy.net, for the sponsorship of this evening's race. But 30. Yeah, you're talking about like an old simulator and a bunch of people, still picking away at this thing. Here we are on a random Sunday in February, and we've got 30 drivers on track at a 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a random Sunday in a league on the internet, and here we are, still.
Well, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. There it is.
And you got the game working, which is awesome. Because that's
mid-race, nonetheless, too. I made sure that I was in there to disconnect, and I'm like, I need you to vamp until I can figure this out.
See, that's a cool thing too, because like you said, once you connect to the entire session, right? Like, so if they go practice, qualify, happy hour, race, as long as you get in the practice, even if you're in for a second and quit, your name is on that entry list. So no matter.
Is that because of RLM, or is that because of the races, the NASCAR itself?
That's just how NASCAR 2003 season works. So if you can, as long as you can get into the practice for a second, Your name
Which
goes on the
would have
entry
been-
list. Then you can leave, and if we go through qualifying, you can come back in happy hour. You can come back in halfway through the race. So if you do have to
If
fix
it's not
something,
like
your
that-
spot has been claimed. But if you miss
I'm pretty
practice,
sure it would have been back then, right? Like back then when internet connections were. I mean, we see how bad they are now from time to time. But back then, so if you're saying if you miss practice, well,
well, if you miss practice, you can't get in at all. It'll tell you the race director has locked the race or whatever. The race has already begun, because that's like, once you're in practice and you move to qualifying, those are the people who can make it into the race. So as long as you can you can tag into practice and put your name on that list, it doesn't matter what session they're in. You can always come back. If they reset, like if they back out and reset it, you'll have to come back in again. But yeah, if you miss the launch to qualifying, you're out completely. It happened a couple times early in the broadcasting career of like, dude, I can't get into practice. Like there's too many guys. The race server's full, you know, so they've got to ask people to leave. They have to reset the server, tell me to log in, and then everybody else can join. So at least I've got my spot. And you and whoever else. Like in, we didn't even do that. It's coming up in a couple months. In the middle of April, I think it's the 13th of April, we're doing a benefit with ALS. All the donations go to ALS Society, or the ALS Association. Right. And in that race, we're actually going to have 3 broadcasters. We've asked Seth Cole to come and lend a hand, because I'm going to need to pay more attention to fixing issues. Like I talk about the issues here because we're talking to each other. If the game crashes or whatever's going on, where in that race, I'm not going to want to do that. So at least you and Seth can talk amongst yourselves, and then I can run behind the scenes and make sure this thing goes out clean. Right. So that'll be cool to hang out with Seth in sort of a 3-man show, but I'm going to it lets me take a back seat.
Well, there's a lot of work to be done.
Fix any issues and kind of take notes on stuff, because I don't know how crazy the YouTube chat's going to get. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that and let you guys lean more on the visual, like on the call of the race. And then, but with 3 of us in there, it's great, because like if you wanted to take notes on the YouTube chat, you could, because I have to watch the race because I need to broadcast the visual off my screen. So the whole thing's going to be a team event. That's going to be a wild, big race. Links in the description below, by the way, for that link. It has already been created for the YouTube feed. There's also another link under that in the description where the ALS Association actually made us a web page. And this is all run by Kelly Buckshot-Kazi. I worked with Kelly, and he fed his contact at ALS the info. They made a store page for donations so people can buy portions of the broadcast. So like muscle car therapy down in the right-hand corner, if you want that spot, you're on the entire broadcast. You're pretty much going to get 90% of the broadcast with your logo on it. So we gave it a price tag of like $300. The launch screen at the beginning with, welcome to the broadcast, that thing. Somebody bought it, $150, sold out. There's one, right? So there's a quantity on this stuff. When I go into a replay, if you want to be like muscle car therapy replay, if they want to, I think it's $100 for the replay or 80 or something. We had a price list, and 2 or 3 of them have already been purchased. We had a dog kennel bought one, and what was the other one? It's neat though. Like the ALS Association, in the description below, go down. There's actually like a page that'll link you to an actual Elmo. It's called the Elmo 200 because Joey Saint Amant, his nickname was Elmo. And there's a link to that, and all the info's there. And there's actually like a donations separate page for donations. It's set up like a store, describing like what you're buying, where your logo will land on the broadcast, and all that stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's going to be a big deal. I'm trying to find out who that other sponsor was. Kelly did send it to me. Advertising. There it is. I got so many folders. Oh yeah, it was Breath's Boats and Motors, Bay Street, St. Louis. So it's like a marina. A marina bought the other one. So, we've got some random localized mom and pop shops that are buying up spots on this broadcast. I think there's just a generic donation at the very bottom of the page. You can select your own number. If you don't want anything, you can just say, hey, I want to donate $5. You roll right to the bottom, type in what you want to donate and do it that way. And the rest of the page is all specific areas of the broadcast, the replay mode, the load up screens, the screen you're looking at right now. And of course, cars. There's going to be like 30 cars and they're like $100 a piece. We'll paint you a car. We know lots of talented painters. So if you want to chuck $100 to the ALS Association, we'll paint, what's your sponsor? We'll paint you a car. What's your favorite color? Like lime green. Okay, we'll paint you a lime green car with your sponsor on. We'll get like Rodney, Frank, Bernie, me. Somebody will be able to do it.
Put your face on the hood.
Yeah. If your kid wanted to buy one, throw $100 down and just have him giving a thumbs up on the hood, we'll do it.
Right.
And we're doing this to keep major league logos out of the broadcast. Like we don't want Pepsi, we don't want Coca-Cola, we don't want Xbox, we don't want that stuff. We want,
unless they spend $1 million, then in which case that will pay their money. So good.
Totally different story. Yeah, if
Bill Gates.
If they click on the donation button and they drop 10 grand, look, man, you can have 4 cars. I don't care what you want.
Welcome to the Xbox sponsored Doritos race for the year. Nacho cheese XL Mountain Dew flavor
all day long.
Power. 5,000.
But that's the thing. Like we're trying to create unique, car sponsors with local businesses like the ones we're using right now. So maybe they'll be interested.
Raising awareness. Last year they did it at the restaurant or the pub that they had it at.
Yes.
And they had it on the projector and they had everybody there bought, people who were there were able to, bid on their cars and buy their teams as well. It's awesome. Good to be a part of something. Right?
That was another one I totally forgot about, was the live car auction. Because the live car auction goes on, if they're doing it local in that bar again.
I'm not certain if they are. They had done that as well, and they had raised the money that they had raised online plus the cash that they had raised in person.
Yeah, I can't remember how they did the car auction, because you could come in and bid on cars, and then whoever won the race, if somebody purchased that car, it was like a 50-50 draw or whatever. So that was another live money generating thing. People were throwing money while the race was going. And then I think they shut it off with 20 laps to go and locked everybody in to the end of the race. And then it's like the person who won, they donated the money to ALS, but they also got a gift package. I think Kelly had them like a special wall clock that looked like a rim off a car or something. It was that they sent it. It was like solid wrought iron. I don't know how much that cost to ship that thing, but the winner of the race had a person's name attached to it, and that person that was there that bid on that car won that prize. So they get a little gift package too. So there's all kinds of cool stuff going on. So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, links in the description for that. Get your friend, local guy who cuts lawns.com and ask him if he wants to chuck $50 down and put his logo on a screen. Everything has a price tag. Brad is willing to wear a big hat with your logo on it.
Yeah, for $500, you can shave your business name to my chest hair.
Ooh, I never thought of that. We've got to add that to the list.
Right, that's the premium package.
Right, that's the bonus. That's the hidden stuff. That's like the secret code. Like, how did you get that?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know you were hairy enough that this was an option.
Yeah, that's another thing. Now I feel like I actually know you.
Now I feel like we're closer now.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my
shit! Is it past our bedtime yet? It's your dinner time. We should let you go.
You've got the giggles. I've got the munchies.
Yeah.
We're probably both tired.
Yeah. you got to go eat some food because I know you're 3 behind me, so you're about 6-ish right now. So you go get
Yeah, for sure.
DoorDash hasn't showed up yet, so you better leave and
Not
go get
yet.
something to
No,
eat.
it looks like I got to go and fend for myself this evening. Probably
That
called
is crazy.
DoorDash too many times.
She might have
but
been a tad perturbed at her new nickname being DoorDash. Maybe that's what it was.
some people can't. Some women can.
Some women, I tell you, they can't take a joke. Yeah, but
take my wife, please.
Rodney
anyways,
Dangerfield,
but hey,
nice.
thanks for everything you do for the 118% that you put into all this. That allows me just to show up here and pass at my computer like an old man yelling at that until I can finally figure it out. But yeah, you put it all together, and I ride your coattails to the glory, which is our 200 subscribers almost.
Almost there. Yeah, subscriptions are free for the next 5 minutes, so click it.
Right.
And, yeah.
Get one for you, get one for your dog. Make as many accounts. You got some bot followers? We should funnel all the money, the broadcasting money, into the bot followers, and just maybe we'll have like a scandal or something, dude, to make us
like
say something.
AI, like create people that watch. Does that make sense?
And then also make flashy YouTube titles like 10 reasons your doctor doesn't want you to watch NASCAR. Number 4 will disgust you. And then just our shocked faces on there. And then they'll tune into a broad. Wait a minute, there's no list here.
What is this? There was the list. Yeah, we got your viewpoint.
They got in here. We got to click. We just got to drive those views.
Click through right through the roof.
Not worried about retention. Trying to get that silver button.
One of these days. Might take 10 years. I'll use it as
Awesome,
a placemat. Yeah, man. Thanks again for all your help. It's way more fun when there's 2 people here. So that, always fun to do this. We were going to have a race on Saturday. It's been postponed. The mega race that's coming up, we're going to end up utilizing 3 tracks in one night. It's going to be wild. It's a team race. It's going to be fantastic. It's the farewell. Jeffrey's hanging up the administrator's shoes. And he just wants to race down. So he's going to go out with a bang with that race that he's setting up. It's going to be wild. We will definitely talk about it more as it gets closer. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Thanks again, of course, to all the drivers that obviously show up and let us do this. And of course, Muscle Car Therapy and Truck Accessories at musclecartherapy.net. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.
And it's dinner time. I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go eat some food. From that, I have nothing.
Fade to